Good afternoon. I'm going to show you how to make the best sweet potato you'll ever have. And I did this by accident. And after I did it by accident, I started reading up on it and it turned out to be a good thing. Once your sweet potato hits 200 degrees, you need to hold it there. And that lets the cell walls break down and it lets the starches gelatinize. And it makes the potato the same texture all the way through, and it comes out really creamy and it just separates from the skin. So I'm going to cook the potatoes at about 425, 450. It takes about an hour for them to hit 200. Once it hits 200, I'm going to turn the oven down to 195, 200. I'm going to let them sit in there another hour, maybe two. And then I'm going to turn the oven off and just let them sit in there until I'm ready to eat them. You know, everybody's going to think I'm crazy. Who's got 4 hours to cook potatoes? Well, if you're doing nothing else around the house, you got some steaks and a salad, and you don't need the oven for anything else, give it a try. Because once you have a sweet potato like this, you're really going to like it. You're going to use a baking rack to keep the potato off the pan so you don't get that brown spot on the bottom. Got 2 sweet potatoes the same size. These weigh a pound apiece. I'm going to do a count up timer to give you the time it took to actually cook these all the way. I'm going to use a temperature probe so I know when I hit the 200 so I can put the oven down to 200. I'm just going to poke with a fork 3 times on one side. Try to find the flattest side so it doesn't roll around on you while it's cooking. Alright, I stabbed each one with a fork 3 times on the top. Alright, put a probe in one of the potatoes. Put your probe in the bigger potato, because you really can't overcook these. I'm not going to preheat the oven, I'm just going to put it in, turn the oven on, set the timer. Okay, I got the potato on the middle rack. Room temperature potatoes, 76 degrees. Just set the oven 450. I'll be back. Started the count up timer. All right, we're at the 1 hour mark at 450 degrees. And the potato is at 186, probably another 10-15 minutes. We'll bump the oven down. All right, we've hit 200. In about an hour, 15 minutes, I'm going to turn the oven down to 200. 195, we'll do 195. When you keep the potato at 200 degrees for a length of time, it allows the moisture to evaporate, which concentrates the flavor of the sweet potato. Look at the sugary goodness coming out of those things. Okay, we're an hour 41 minutes into this potato. I turned the oven down 20 minutes ago. That potato peaked at 208.9. And now it's starting to tick down a little bit. Oven's at 195. I'm going to let it go for another hour. The oven's still set at 195. We're 2 hours, 8 minutes into the potato cook. The potato temperature is 196. We've hit the 3 hour mark, so I'm going to turn it off. Probably about 30 minutes. We'll come back, take it out, we'll cut it open and see what it looks like. The previous 2 or 3 times I have cooked sweet potatoes, they take like 3.5 hours. I cook them for 3 hours, turn the oven off, let them sit in there for a half hour before I take them out, and they come out really good. So I've never used the probe to monitor what's going on, so we'll see what happens. Ever since my first, what I thought was a screw up, I've been cooking my sweet potatoes for 3.5 hours. We got 3 hours, 22 minutes on the timer. I'm going to take it out now. Alright, we're going to cut into that bad boy and see what it looks like and check the texture. Alright, we're going to cut this baby open, some whipped butter, some cinnamon sugar. Can't have a sweet potato without cinnamon sugar. They go hand in hand. That looks pretty. Yeah, you gotta have the brown sugar. Look at the way that pulls away from the skin. that potato is velvety smooth. It's incredible how delicious this is by just keeping it at 200 for a couple of hours. You know, you can take a shortcut by microwaving this and then throwing it in the oven. I've tried that, and there's no comparison. To microwave the potato, put it in the oven, the velvety smoothness of this potato does not compare to just cooking it in the oven for the full three and a half hours. This is delicious. You're gonna think I'm crazy for a 3.5 sweet potato cook, but if you try it, you'd be like, that's really good. Then give it a shot. I'm sure you will like it. You can't beat it. This is almost like a dessert. If you don't believe me, go to cooksillustrated.com and check out their baked sweet potato recipe, and they'll give you the scoop. Although they say to hurry it up to microwave it, I disagree. If you don't have the time, microwave it then bake it. But if you have the time and you're not doing anything else, bake that baby all the way through because it is delicious. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a good one.